What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Charlie Rain YouTube channel. If you're still here, it's very good to see you. Even though I'm not seeing you, you're seeing me. Well, you're seeing something that I'm filming. So yeah, that's pretty gnarly. Where to begin? It's been kind of a while since I've released anything. The whole pandemic kind of came around and fucked up a lot of what I had going. I ended up losing the job that I had back in my hometown. And now as you can see, went from having a whole big apartment to pretty much just fitting all of my shit into one little room. It's very cramped, as you can see. Got stuff, behind doors and shoved in the closet and all kinds of shit. But I'm doing my best. Basically, I'm kind of making this video to to kind of just bring you guys back up to speed on kind of what's going on in my life, and anybody that heard my last album or EP, whatever you want to call it, Sweets, knows that it was kind of like a different sound from my other shit, and that's because I've tried to get a lot more into, instead of sampling, really cool sounds, I've been trying to create those sounds myself. Spent obviously quite a lot of money, a lot of time getting all this stuff together, but I kind of just wanted to give you guys a rundown, of what I use to create everything, and kind of how I managed to strike a balance between lo-fi analog style of recording and the modern digitized route that everyone usually goes with stuff. So yeah, I mean, without further ado, I just kind of wanted to start going through everything. As you can see, this is my room. First, I guess I should, just give you a little pan around of that. Got just obviously an extraneous amount of decorations and faux wood grain furniture. Here, maybe I wanted to keep the vibes cool with the purple lights, but I think we need some light. That doesn't look too bad. Alright. Yeah, so this is my room. Got my bed, got my tapestries, all my fucking shoes from over the years. I wear like 2 pairs of those. But yeah, this is where my cat eats and drinks. It's her little station. Got all her treats and her food and various whatnots in there. She's probably hiding somewhere back here. Let's see if we can get Luna on the cam. So yeah, this is the new spot. I moved to Austin after losing the job that I had at a music store from the COVID shutdowns. And I'm super thankful, honestly, because it's been amazing being here, being surrounded by my friends. I'm actually living with my best friend from childhood. So yeah, it's pretty dope, it's been a really weird year creatively, or the past year or so, and I'm just now kind of getting back into the swing of creating, and it doesn't seem so pointless anymore. There was a while there where everything was just kind of seeming, I don't know, it was bad. A lot of, pretty much every creative-minded person that I know was struggling, with their creativity and such. So it seems like we're finally kind of getting a little better. So that's definitely good. The whole point of this was, and I apologize, this is probably going to be a very messy video. But the whole point was to show off all my new gear that I've got, and show you around the studio and show you where I'm going to be creating stuff. So, yeah, here we go. I'm just going to kind of go through, like, I guess we can start with the guitars. That's been the most, that's what I've got the most number of. So this one, this one's actually for sale. For those of you that don't know, I run a little business refinishing guitars and reselling them. You know, I trick them out. I put new pickups, you know, new parts, new hardware, and everything. This one is obviously a P-bass style, kind of relict. It's got some like finish checking going on. I don't know if you can really see that, but yeah, really sweet little bass. But it's been I've actually been recording with it, you know, in the meantime while it's here. Got some flat wounds on it. Yeah, those are my decals. Feel good. Hell yeah. So yeah, if you want a custom guitar, I'll build one for you. I'll paint your favorite one, your favorite color, whatever you want to do. We can make it happen. So next we've got another one that I painted. This is my bass 6. It is a 6-string bass that you tune E to E instead of the like weird drop B tuning that 6-string basses normally are in. Yeah, sick little gold foil fender decal. The block inlays, which are really sick. Got those labella flat wounds on it. Again, it's got the relic vibe with the paint kind of worn through. You know, nice metallic, shiny vibe to it, but still, you know, it's worn and relic and aged. Hardware has that patina to it. I'm a sucker for vintage stuff, but I hate vintage prices. So that's the bass 6. That's actually used in the recording you're hearing now off of Sweets. It was black originally, though. It's only been this burgundy mist color for a little while, but yeah, she's pretty for sure. So next in the lineup, we have another one that I painted. This is my Epiphone Casino Coupe. It's a fully hollow, so no center block in the middle, fully hollow bodied guitar. And I love that because it's super, you know, resonant and loud. You know, you can play it like an acoustic, but then you can also plug it up and jam out just like a normal electric guitar. So I bring that with me a lot of the time when I go home to visit my family and just want something to sit in an armchair and play. You know, the nice compact body is real comfortable. I keep flat wounds on it. I love flat wound strings, if you haven't been able to tell by now. But yeah, I refinished the sides and the back black too, so it's got the kind of tuxedo-y white and black finish. This is a champagne pearl. Yeah, kind of like just a beige-ish, you know, metallic vibe. Very cool. I like it a lot. So this baby, is my acoustic. The only acoustic I own, the only acoustic I really think I need, because I really don't play that much acoustic to begin with. But you know, I'm a really big fan of Martins, but Martins are obviously super expensive. I mean, the nice ones are, at least. And so I did some looking, and I found this brand, Recording King. This is the ROT16, I think, is what it's called. You might be able to see that. Yeah, but it's basically mahogany back and sides, a solid Adirondack spruce top, and it's I think it's a torrified Adirondack spruce, so it's like aged and it's been put in a high heat environment, so the top is super like rigid and hard. But it's got like a beautiful sound. I mean, it holds tune great. I put elixir strings on it. I cleaned up the fret ends a little bit, but other than that, it was ready to go as soon as I got it. And it has that Martin vibe. It has a Martin feel to it. You know, it has the nice open back Grover tuners. But yeah, this was only like, I paid like $4.50 for this, you know. Super nice. Rosewood fingerboard. Everything I wanted in a guitar, or in an acoustic at least. So yeah, I can't recommend those enough. They're awesome. So this is a fun one for anybody who's into Conan Moccasin. It's not, contrary to what the headstock says, it is not a real Fender. This is like a Silvertone Strat body or something like that. This is before I had any idea what I was doing, finishing guitars, and I very crudely tried to sand the contours to look more like a Strat. And of course, me and guy at the music store I used to work at, Bill, he helped me saw the sides off, the horns, and then I painted it shell pink. You know, it looks alright enough from afar, but it's definitely not a very good looking job when you get close. But yeah, very cool little guitar, and I got, you know, all Fender parts in it, and this is actually like a Squire neck that someone finished rather nicely, and put the Fender decal on. So yeah, it says custom shop back there. Yeah, I own a custom shop. What's up? But yeah, you know, it's just a quirky little Strat. It plays awesome. I wired this one up myself back before I really had any idea what I was doing. I still really don't have much of an idea what I'm doing. I gotta look at schematics and everything and make sure I'm doing everything right. But this one, I think, I don't know what I did wrong, but the pickups are kind of like weirdly out of phase or something, but it gives this really weird quacky tone that I think is just so perfect for the Conan Moccasin sound. So yeah, if I ever want to channel my inner Conan, I get this bad boy out. So this little guy is a quirky little one that I picked up. I actually got this one in a lot of two. This is a vintage 1964-ish Silvertone Model 525, and I've actually seen these online branded as a couple different things: Silvertone, Gaiatone, a couple other things that I can't think of right now. But this is a somewhat rare model with this shape and this pick guard and everything, and it's just too cool and charming for me to pass up. It doesn't, you know, it's not. The thing about these types of guitars, they don't play great. They don't necessarily usually even play good, especially when you first get them from like your average Joe, first owner or whatever. But especially in this one's case, you know, if you give them a little love, they can be really nice guitars. I keep this one in open D or something like that, some kind of open D tuning, and I just noodle around on it every once in a while whenever the mood strikes me. I got it for so cheap and have so little into making it, you know, playable. I mean, the pickups, everything sounds perfectly good. It just needed a little cleaning. I think I replaced the bushings for the tuners. They were like cheap plastic things that were all missing, and I just put some metal ones in there. And yeah, it holds tune really nice, sounds really great. It has that quirky, just old school, cheap catalog guitar sound, you know. So this guy is this is my fretless P bass. It started out as a Squire vintage modified P bass, which those are getting hard to come by these days, and I've been seeing them for way more money than they're worth. But yeah, Obviously, I refinished it in candy grape. Got the vintage style pick guard, tortoise shell on there. New pickups. It's got Seymour Duncan quarter pounder pickups. Matching headstock. Let's get that shine in there. Oh yeah, just gorgeous. Feel good, baby. And yeah, the fretless thing, it's different, but I really love it for certain songs. You can get a really unique bass tone, or even emulate like a what am I trying to say? Emulate like a stand up bass, like a old school double bass or whatever. It's very versatile, and you can also make it sound like just your regular bass. If you just augment how you play a little bit. So yeah. All right. So this is my this is a well, it's this one's kind of a unique one. It says Telecaster Deluxe. This is actually started as a limited edition Telecaster Custom, which obviously you can tell it's custom because it's got the single coil in the bridge. But yeah, they only made like 102 of these in this color. They had like a purple one and an orange one at my store that I worked at, and I just couldn't resist, couldn't pass it up. I mean, it's purple sparkle. I mean, it's the most beautiful guitar I had ever seen when I saw it. And I had a Telecaster Deluxe that I had just bought not too long before that, and I was like, oh damn, well now I see this one. I didn't even know it existed. So I kind of made up my mind that I didn't want to keep both of them. But I really loved the neck from the Deluxe, and I really loved the purple sparkle body. So I, did the natural thing that you do and cannibalized them and swapped the necks. And sold the other one really quickly. And now I have this one with the Tele Deluxe neck. The classic 3-bolt, 70s style tuners. Some people are like, ew, icky, 70s Fender, but I personally love it. I'm not really a Tele guy, and normally if this one didn't exist, I probably wouldn't own a Tele, but this one's so sick. Next we have the best Strat. I kid you not, this is the best Strat I have ever played. I've played really nice custom shop Strats. I've played vintage Strats. This one is just, it's the best of all the worlds. It's a custom shop in the sense that I put it together to my own specs. Let's see, I don't think this is actually a Fender body. I think this is like an off-brand body, but it had a Fender pickguard, bridge, and Mexican Fender pickups and electronics and jack and everything when I first got it. And I got it for super steel, the whole body all together, and it was originally black, like a relic black, and it had the kind of the David Gilmour thing going on, and I loved that thing. I bought a Jazzmaster Deluxe as a Squire Jazzmaster Deluxe neck, and these, I shit you not, these are the best necks I think you can possibly buy with your money for less than, premium, like Warmoth all parts money, like custom built type stuff. I mean, it's a slab, or veneer rosewood board, so it's got the real thin deal. My terminology might be off on that, but yeah, it's got the real thin veneer of rosewood, which I think is just really clean looking, because you got the half, the inlay is kind of like half in, half out, and this actual real rosewood on the fretboard, just beautiful grain to it, and it's obviously it's a Jazzmaster profile. It has no skunk stripe. The feel, it's like this. It's like you can see it's shiny. but it came stock, like this satiny, not quite high gloss, but like a just perfectly worked in, worn in feel. And once I had this thing all assembled, you know, I had originally actually planned for this one to be the teardrop guitar and get the horns cut off, but I just couldn't do it once I had it all together. So to end up kind of making this one, you know, look as perfect as I thought it could. You know, I wanted it to be like my dream Strat if I could design it. So yeah, this is it's ocean turquoise metallic, the matching headstock. You know, kind of has the full Jazzmaster treatment to it. Strat. Alright, now we have my Jaguar. This one is not a Fender. It is a Squier Classic Vibe that I refinished the headstock on to match the body. Blacked out vibe with the, you know, the block inlays and the binding. Very, very classy, very tuxedo-ish. Got the mint green pick guard to top it all off, like a little bow tie. Yeah, this is one of the best playing Jags I've ever played. I mean, of course, a lot of how it plays is all in the setup. You know, it's all in, you know, whose hands are on it and how they, you know, how they react to the instrument and everything. But this one is just perfect for me, and you're gonna end up seeing a lot of it on the channel, no doubt. This is my most recent pickup. I got it with my COVID, my stimulus money. Just a classic vibe Jazzmaster that I painted in this magenta purple sparkle finish. Looks very sick. Matching headstock, because you know me. And last but certainly not least, never least, we have my absolute favorite guitar that I own. This is my vintage 1966 Fender Mustang. Completely all original except for obviously the finish. It's like, I call it like Fiesta Pink. It's kind of this like weird hot pink, orangey, reddish hue that's just totally unique. Kind of like Pepto-Bismol, but I don't know, less pink. But it's super, super sick. All original. They got the patent pending tremolo on it. I don't know if you can read that, but patent pending trim, original pickups, original wiring, original solder, all intact. Just some guy decided to refinish it one day, I guess. Got the best feeling neck that I've ever felt. I mean, this guitar cemented my love for vintage Fender. This was a birthday present from my mother last year, and it was the absolute best, most surprising birthday present I could have ever imagined. I had been watching this one on Reverb for a while, and to be able to call it mine was amazing. It was a great price because it was refinished, so I managed to, you know, it was within reach for me. That's some beautiful finish checking on the back of the headstock. I don't know if that's really going to come through, but it's there. It's gorgeous. Tuners have that aged patina. Maybe you can see the checking from that angle. I don't know. But yeah, it's just got a vibe. Oh, and it's signed by the singer of the band Always, with 2 V's, or the keyboard player, I believe, actually, and then Lindsey Jordan from Snail Mail signed the back of this. Not to me. It was the previous owner that got their signatures, but that was just kind of, you know, icing on the cake whenever I saw that it was signed by two you know, members of bands that I really, really respect and enjoy. So It's just got vibe for days. It's the original frets. They're really low, but they don't have any like real major divots in it or in them or anything. So it's got that just super fast, just vintage Fender feel. It's exactly what you would think when you picture a vintage Fender neck if you're familiar with them. So yeah, that's one. I'll probably be buried with that guitar. It's my favorite one. It's my baby. So that actually finally does it for guitars. I know that took super long, so that actually might be its own video. I might have to break this into 2 parts. But nevertheless, we are moving on. I think a good transition to go from there would be to pedals.